Last 6 months, thieves have stolen hundreds of thousands of feet of copper wire in Tucson, and it's shutting off street lights across town. 13 News reporter John Macaluso is reporting from a neighborhood that's now dark because of one of those thefts.
And John, this is just one of many areas around the city that's now darker because of the thefts.
Hey guys, yeah, that's right. Now the Department of Transportation and Mobility here at the city of Tucson, they told me to come to this neighborhood right here near the corner of Grant and Silverbell. And right now there are a decent amount of lights on in the area, but there are still some areas that are a little spotty. And residents, in fact, tell me that in some areas they haven't seen these lights on in 1 to 4 weeks. Now, one thing to keep in mind that the city is telling me is that there are more than about 1,000 street lights here in the Tucson area that are out, and it's going to cost the city about $1 million to fix all of these lights.
The price of copper is on the rise, and with it, more thefts around the city of Tucson. This neighborhood, one of those in the Tucson area impacted. Residents tell me the lights have been off for 2 to 4 weeks. And according to Mike Graham with the Department of Transportation and Mobility, it may be a while until they can get down here to fix it.
It's certainly affecting our crews. It's overwhelmed our staff to try to keep up with all the thefts.
They also focus on priority areas where it's more important to have those lights.
We want to make sure that those roadways where we have higher speeds and higher volumes, and where we have pedestrians crossing the street, that we have that we're focused on those street lights as a priority, and then we go to the collector streets and then the neighborhoods.
He tells me that in some situations they've replaced wire only for it to get stolen again, and the cost of fixing them is getting expensive.
In the past 6 months, we're about $1.3 million of taxpayer money that's been hit with all these copper wire thefts.
The amount of wire stolen equates to the length of more than 1,200 football fields, and it's impacting about 1,000 streetlights citywide. And right now the department is working on a way to make it harder for copper wire to be stolen, but there is a catch.
And that also affects our crews. So when we go to have to provide maintenance at a location, then it takes our crews longer to provide the streetlight maintenance that we need to do because of these countermeasures.
Yeah, and I also talked to the Tucson Police Department a little bit earlier today, and they tell me they've had to deal with multiple cases dealing with copper theft. Now, one thing they also want the community to do is if you find any kind of suspicious activity in your neighborhood, whether it's at a pole box or at a street light, you call 911 immediately. Reporting here in Tucson, John Macaluso, 13 News.